Hello, this is Kerry Siders with Texas A&M AgriLife Extension Service, the IPM program in Hockley, Cochran, and Lamb counties. Well, another quick update here on September 1st. I'm checking cotton this afternoon and been primarily concerned about irrigation. And again, I mentioned in another video this morning on peanuts that we've had some scattered rain showers. In fact, we had a little rain shower that went over this particular field that I'm standing in just north and west of Ropesville this morning. And now this is a drip irrigation patch. Been looking at both pivot and drip irrigated cotton and kind of concerned about when we shut the water off. Just some rules of thumb that I think we need to consider, and then of course we've got to calculate into all this any rain that we may receive over the next few days and even a couple weeks. But on pivots, I would like to see them run till the end of this week, till about the 4th of September, and see what the weekend holds. May need to turn some of that later cotton on. It's still trying to fill bolls. Those last bolls need to be at least 20 days old. So if we set those on around August the 20th, those need to be, fairly well watered, no stress, until about September the 10th. Then after that, they can go through some light stress, meaning they can wilt in the afternoon as long as it recovers in the morning. So at least on the pivots, go through this week through the 5th and shut it off during Labor Day weekend, and then see what the weather pattern holds. On drip cotton like this, really good cotton, we're still filling a lot of bowls. We still have some pounds that we can make here, and I would say you can probably shut it off if you want this weekend and start it back up then on Tuesday. But I'm thinking this drip cotton needs to go through at least September the 11th. In fact, there's a lot of fields I wouldn't shut it off this weekend at all. In fact, there's a lot of producers don't like to turn their wells off and on, because once they do that, you end up having some problems. So I think leaving it on between now and the 11th, seeing what the weather holds, particularly temperatures, rainfall. This cotton's going to be using right now every bit of still an inch a week. I would say by the 11th, that's going to be reduced to 3/4 an inch, and it keeps going to the point where we get the last few days of September tapering off really, to almost near zero at some point. In fact, they say once a boll is 40 days old, that plant can go through nuclear meltdown and not hurt yield or quality, but that's not going to happen until around the 30th of September, the very first few days of October. And by then, of course, we're going to see, we got already a few cracked bolls, not in this particular field, but I've seen a lot of cracked and open bolls, particularly on the edges of fields. And so we know that cotton's getting fairly mature. This one still needs some time. We've got some thumb-sized bolls that I think that we can, that are stuck on the plant. We can fill those. And so that means that they're still about only 15 days old. And so they're definitely going to need another 5 to 10 days of good water. So again, pivots, I'd say run through the 4th, drip run through the 11th, see what rainfall you receive, and then adjust after those dates accordingly. This is Kerry Siders. Have a good afternoon.